What's up, dudes? I appreciate you for coming back. Time Machines. In this video, we're gonna rebuild that motor, tear down the Tri-Z, give you guys a little glimpse of what's coming on it. And hey, it's January 1st. Happy New Year, dudes. I plan on doing this 50 times this year, I hope. So one a week is my goal. Maybe more. You guys can help with that. More info in the video later, but I appreciate you for coming back. Let's tear into this Tri-Z, dudes. Get her. Look at that. That's gonna look so good. Happy New Year, dudes. Stay busy. I rebuilt this sucker New Year's Day at about, I don't know, 8 in the morning. That's how you do it. So, Tri-Z going back together, dudes. A couple smudges from my fingers, but new clutch cover gasket. I'm about to put all the new, I got the wrong one. I'm gonna throw this new hardware, put on the bolts. So that ought to look nice. Get up in there, part 2 of this Tri-Z build. Ooh, motor's all back together. We're gonna take this ultrasonic cleaner, get some work done. Ooh, and I got a CR 250 build coming up. Gonna need quite a bit in this one. Power purple, pretty much. I don't know what 70 Celsius is, but let's start with that. Now, I'm gonna degrease and power wash this cylinder as best I can. Take this gasket off and all this shit. Try and get as much of this grease off as I can before I put it in there. All right, got the head gasket off. There's some junk in there I want to pour out. Bunch of junk in it. Then we're gonna get it thrown in the ultrasonic cleaner. It'll soften all this up so it'll come off really easily. First, we're gonna power wash it one time and try and get as much of this off that we can. And as you can see, the inside's gnarly, but it's stock bore. Ordered a 70 millimeter piston. We think she's gonna clean up, boys. We're about to find out. You don't want that dirty cylinder going in there. You want to use the cleanest water you can, so I'm probably gonna, I put it, the old head studs, 2 of them in the vise, so it hold it still. I washed it. I'm degreasing it. I'm gonna wash it again. I may end up brushing it with the wire brush first, then it's going in the ultrasonic. It's in the drill. And get it clean on the outside as much as I can. Get behind her ears. So you can see the water's clear. So we'll be able to tell pretty easily how much of the water is. Look at so I hit her with the air compressor. Soak her with this bad boy right here. Hit her with the air compressor again in about 15 minutes. We won't get no rust on that bad boy. I've got to power wash the swing arm, finish tearing it apart. Power wash that stuff before I take it to them. I've got some parts down here that I'm going to take to them. The triple clamps, I got to get this bearing off. We'll send the triple clamps down there. The rest of the stuff's up to us. Getting her all tore down so go to powder coat, boys. Ooh wee. Who's doing it? Grab those two. We're gonna keep these old school tires. I might get a front tire for it. Sure. All right. Looks like we got this big nut needs to come off, and then this should come off, and then the axle should come out, and then this can come off, and we should be done. As you can see here, I just got the plug out of the front wheel bearing, and it's super tasty bearing. That's why you put new ones in it. Plus we're powder coating it. We got to, guys. So I'm gonna pull this one out. Damn, this one looks even tastier. Look how tasty that looks. Ooh. Man, that thing just came right out. Maybe I can do it with this one too. One-handed style. So I got the extension there. And I go on one side. Switch it back to the other. So that we're knocking it on both ends. So I got the cylinder out of the ultrasonic cleaner. The inside's actually in a lot better shape than it looked before. Guys, I'm not a big fan of what that ultrasonic cleaner does sometimes, because it'll, like I said, you gotta keep clean water in it. It completely changed the color of the cylinder. Or I'm gonna sand it down a little bit and throw some gray paint on it. I got everything taken apart, all the bearings out. I have to take those bushings out of the top bar clamp and then wash a bunch of stuff, and it's off to powder coat, dudes. I've got me some gloves here, some rags, a dirty old bowl. Take this Allen key. I'm gonna do one fork at a time, but I'm gonna go ahead and drain them both. No sense in cleaning this out until these forks are empty. Get ready. Ooh, that smell, guys, because it does not smell good. So all I'm gonna do, take these out of the bottom, take these fork boots out, drain them, then we're gonna open them up. And there's a little fluid. Ew, dude. Oh, yeah, boys. Pour out slow, boys. Short spring, washer, long spring. Anything else in here? Okay. The dampener, and then this shit cleaned up so that it can go onto the clean rag shelf. So here's one side, the innards of the fork. Got it all cleaned up, ready to put the new seals in. The lower leg is going to powder coat, so it's right there. I'm gonna tear this other one apart and do the same thing, guys. So I got everything outside for the Tri-Z minus these tires and this bottom end that's done. The cylinder's also around here somewhere, and I gotta drop it off to get it redone, but it's in the building. Let me get all this stuff lined up. So I got this in a few little spots here. This is all getting replaced for sure. I'm getting a new shock, I'm getting new radiators, new bars, new grips, some other stuff. I'm sticking with the old school tires, boys. They're in really good shape, and I'll get them to be black again. I'll get them hydrated and make them look new again. All this I'm reusing. I can polish that pipe to probably like new. If I want to be a real badass, I can paint the end layers on the DG like the old school ones used to be. Using the plastics in the seat, they're all in really good shape. They'll clean up great. The cylinder I've already cleaned up. I'm taking it to get bored to match the piston I've got on the way. The head I'm gonna clean up myself and repaint. The airbox and gas tank I am gonna make look new. The brake lines I'm gonna replace. The master and the caliper I'm gonna likely paint. Definitely gonna paint that master. I got the entire wiring harness we're gonna clean up and use. A lot of this hardware we're gonna reuse, but I've got a couple new packs of hardware for it as well. That grab bar, I'm gonna clean the carburetor and put a kit in it and jet it. I'm gonna sandblast that and paint it, the throttle assembly. These I'm replacing. The radiators are fine, but they'll look like shit on a build that looks new, so they're getting replaced. And then all this is going to powder coat. I'm only painting a few little things this time, and it's gonna be tiny little stuff. Every piece of this is going to powder. Ooh, guys, I'll tell you how it turns out, and I'll give you the info when I'm done. Oh my goodness. We're going red, black, and silver. Pretty much whatever's already that color is getting put back that color. So this is the whole bike right here. I'm gonna get all this organized into these two totes. One's gonna be brand new stuff that's ready to go. So we've got our Wisely spec bolt kit, new chain. These can go in there. The axle bolts out of here in a little while. And we are gonna wet sand them with degreaser. All right guys, on this Tri-Z, I got these axle bolts and the swing arm bolt all cleaned up. I'm gonna put them in here till I get it back. Shoot a little WD-40 on there. That'll keep them from getting crusty. I just wet sanded them with some degreaser and this old bucket out here. Now I got this gnarly thing I gotta do. Let's see that bad boy. Oh yeah. Sweet. A couple of the Tri-Z pieces I did. The rest I'm leaving up to the professionals. Look at that though. Oh, it's hard to see it. It's gonna need another coat. So we're gonna blast this real quick and then we're gonna resurface this side and then we're gonna paint it. So I'm gonna get this put in the cabinet. Head off here. We've got the other side blasted. We can ditch these because I've got new aluminum radiators coming for it. All this needs to be cleaned up to factory specifications. What about the carburetor? I've never polished a carburetor, guys, but I got some stuff from my Dremel. So before I polish it or anything, I've already cleaned the inside and the outside relatively good. Everything's out of it. I am going to clean the outside of it with this brush on my drill and some good cleaner. Got a few different options here. First I'm gonna start out with this little flapper. Well dudes, I got the bowl done for the most part. And I've come to the realization that this ain't worth the time. You can kind of see me in that. See yourselves, but I don't think I'm gonna finish it. I went through one of these yellow ones and then through one of the white ones. And it is definitely shining it up and it is working. I don't have the hours to do it. It's gonna take well over an hour and a half, 2 hours to do. I'm happy with it. It's clean. We'll get a carb kit in it and some new vent lines on it and some new hoses. And we'll call it good. Cleaned up the surface on it. Sorry, the head. The carburetor's clean. Teresa's on her way back with the cylinder. All right, guys, we're about to rebuild this Yamaha motor. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it with oil to make sure we don't have any leaks in the bottom end before we put this new top end on here, guys. I don't wanna waste a quart of oil. I don't wanna waste a bunch of gaskets and etc. So we need to make for sure that we don't have any leaks first. Let's do that. All right, just check this first ring gap. She was good. I'm gonna pull this one back out and check this other ring. And then we're gonna assemble it, boys. So this is all new. Wiseco wrist pin bearing. All the stuff that came, this didn't come with the kit, but the rest did. I'm gonna get my clip in on one side, my rings on. These lubed up and put on, and then we're gonna snap this other clip in, put our gasket on, and our cylinder, dudes. So I got my rings on. I'm about to set the camera on the GoPro, and I got all new top end hardware from this YZ250 spec bolt kit. I'm gonna use a lot of it on the actual frame itself, and I replaced all the hardware on the clutch cover and on the flywheel cover over here. So let's get after it, dudes. I'm gonna set y'all up and get this top end done. Whew, dudes, get up in there. I'm gonna be rebuilding motors all year this year, personally, and I wanna do it for my subscribers, so, I mean, I'm gonna charge, you know what I'm saying? But ship it to me, I'll ship it back. Eric Silverware, shout out, man. Supposed to be sending me a TRX 250R motor. We're gonna make a video of it, get it rebuilt on the channel. I'm gonna knock this Yamaha out real quick, show you what I'm talking about. Appreciate you, dudes. Wrist pin, get her all oiled up. If you have some good fingernails, that works really well too. To lock the pin in place. In each one of these windows real good. Now what works good for this is a little wood block to keep your rod from moving. This, just to be safer. I don't need one, but I'm gonna get one. Move this all up. The rings are in perfect. If we just get the, keep going, you're almost past the top one, okay? You passed the second. All right. Nice. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. Saving some time with these long studs. Alright. Just the tightest seems as well. Nothing's done. I never know when a torque wrench is shit the bed, so I often use this one, and then, which is also set 220. This one always seems to put like a quarter more turn on them, but see there. All right, those are all done. Yep. Okay, the bolt's on that. It will not go on that way. So that may mean it has to go this way. Let's see. It won't go on like this, guys. They're all out of alignment. So it must go on this way. And you're gonna be all done. It is a little easier to finger start than those ones on the base. All these hand tight. Going about a half to a quarter turn on each one of these, just by where the end starts out. Should be close to torquing them. That one's done. 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 That's how you do them all evenly, boys. Should I just loop all of them with this one? Then I'll know which torque wrench nut to use. But no, I'll just go around and make sure. That'll be a BR90S, let's confirm. Look at this beefy gorilla. Code. About time to do that leak down test, boys. So we're gonna cap all this off. What do you think? Tell me how it turned out. I painted the head, painted the cylinder, obviously painted the bottom end in the last video. New hardware on the cylinder, on the reeds, on the head, on the flywheel cover. Oh, dude, it's gonna look good in that freshly powder coated frame, dudes. Get up in there, that chrome pipe on it shining. Whoo! Just finished this Tri-Z build for myself. I'm working on the CR250. I actually just got my piston kit yesterday, but today is January 1st. Happy New Year, guys, and stay busy. Keep working. Worry about your own stuff, and what you're doing, you won't even notice what's going on in the world around you. That's all irrelevant. That's all irrelevant. Don't let it affect you, guys. Have a hell of a 2022. Forget about 2021, and let's move forward, guys. Check this Tri-Z motor out. If you guys want to send me a motor, I'm gonna do two at a time, assuming I can get two of them sent to me. So I'm gonna start off with two at a time, and that's not including mine. So that's gonna give me time to work on my stuff and knock out two motors for guys at a time. 2 strokes only for now. Hit me up on timemachinesatvs.shop. or Time Machine ATV's Instagram. Give us a follow. Send me a message, guys. Comment on this video. Share them to your friends. And let's check this out a little closer. Not too bad. Not too bad, dudes. I mean, you wouldn't really expect it to be perfect, but I mean, she gonna rip for sure. I appreciate you guys. Get up in there. Lots more to come, dudes. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Have a great new year. And I was gonna put this CR250 motor. I was thinking about putting it in that one of those BW200s. Waiting on a clutch basket and a clutch kit for it. I'm gonna sell it. I have the Banshee motor in the shop and I'm gonna rebuild it by, I'm gonna say into January. As soon as I'm done with this Tri-Z, I'm gonna rebuild the Banshee motor. We're gonna make it fit in that BW200. We're gonna keep it all Yamaha. And I haven't seen any other ones. So obviously I haven't seen a CR250 BW200, but why put a Honda motor in a Yamaha when you got a Yamaha 2-stroke motor? That's what I wanna know. That's Don Vito on that one. No, sir. It ain't happening. Where the fuck? No way. So we're gonna keep it all Yamaha. I appreciate you guys. As soon as this Tri-Z's done, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna ride it once and sell it. If you guys wanna own it, let me know. It's gonna be fresh from top to bottom. All the original, like the tank and all that stuff. I'm gonna get it as factory looking as I can. I appreciate you dudes for watching. That CR250 bottom end rebuilds on the channel. Lots of more videos coming up. I got a LTZ 400 and another little bike the other day I'm gonna post a video on soon. Whew. Appreciate you guys. Get up in there.